Welcome to tryscottsdale.com, where we look into the 7 best Old Town Scottsdale Airbnbs near the McCormick Ranch. As you can see, the McCormick Ranch is the Scottsdale Resort at McCormick Ranch. It's a pretty large area of Scottsdale. It's located basically in the central, kind of on the fringes of the North Scottsdale area, but basically we call it Old Town area of Scottsdale or downtown. You can see in our first up on the list is probably by far the best one in the list, the Fresh Prince of Scottsdale. It's only minutes away from Old Town. You can see by the wonderful images that it is a sight to see. It's a place to go, a place to be. Very modern, very up to date on the fixtures, a very typical Scottsdale motif, if you will. And also, it houses about 12 guests, 5 bedrooms, 6 beds, and it's $629 a night. So you're looking at a pretty good place for, a couple of families to stake out at. Next up is the Come Soak Up the Elements with this Scottsdale gem. This is probably second on the list. The entire home is hosted by I Love Scottsdale. It's just a little bit less than our first one on the list, $588. But as you can see, it's got a very 60s to 70s feel. It looks like a very artsy type place. It is on a cul-de-sac. They're showing you that there. Notice how the swimming pools are very, very close together in Scottsdale. That's very normal. And it houses 14 guests with 4 bedrooms, 7 beds, and 2 baths. Now, the only thing I'm not liking about some of these Airbnbs that we list are the fact that there's only 2 baths. If you're going to have 4 bedrooms, you probably need at least 3 baths, full baths, for at least 14 guests. That would be the only downside to that one. Next up on the list is Casa Golf, Scottsdale's luxury private estate. And it's 12 guests, 5 bedrooms, 7 beds. It's $368 a night, so significantly cheaper. I think this is a little bit more of an old style home. You can see that I love the Mexican patio there with the Mexican style tile on the pool. And they definitely have a lot of open space and upgrades in the open space and living area there in the kitchen as well. And obviously a pretty good find. So, comparing to the first 2 that we saw, this one is about half the price, and you're probably going to enjoy it just as much as the other 2. Next up on the list is a bigger, beautiful, huge pool connected to the golf course. This one is really right in the heart of McCormick Ranch in Scottsdale. And it's about $474 a night. As you can see, the images here are really nice. This is a very open concept backyard. You see a lot of this in Scottsdale in general, where they've got a lot of palm trees, a lot of acreage to the home, especially in the backyard. And you can see the golf courses off in the back there. One of the greens, you never know which one it is, but you can see it's very modern, kind of rustic look for the concept there. And then here's an extra look at the side view of the pool. This is typical of probably a 60s, maybe a 50s or 60s style home. And look at that palm tree. You can tell it's been there for quite a long time. So, 10 guests, 4 bedrooms, 4 beds, 2.5 bath. Next up is a stunning, elegant Scottsdale home. Now, this is a pretty nice, up-to-date home. Only 8 guests, but it's got 4 bedrooms and 3 bath. I would like this place a lot better. It's $350 per night, but I can see right off the bat that it's got a little bit more of a snug fit and feel to the swimming pool. So this is one of those properties, Airbnbs here in Old Town Scottsdale, that is a little bit older with less acreage. It's not connected to any golf course. You can tell that, but it's still very quiet, very nice. And it's even got its own setup there, possibly with a putting green, it looks like. It's something that can be spectacular looking overviews right there. So if you're interested, this 8 guests, 4 bedrooms, 5 beds, 3 bath is a really good buy for $350 per night. Next up, it looks the same as we just looked at the last one, Vacation and Luxury McCormick Ranch. So you're actually inside McCormick Ranch, which this is a little unusual. There's not too many places actually inside the Scottsdale Resort of the McCormick Ranch, but this one is 10 guests, 4 bedrooms, 7 beds, 2.5 bath. Obviously a little bit more expensive per night, $748 per night, and it's probably because of its location. You can see this is a very modern looking place, but at the same time it has that old style feel. Wonderful open kitchen concepts. And I don't know if this one has a pool or not. I would think that it does, but you can see this is on a very quiet neighborhood there inside McCormick Ranch. Oh, yes, it does. This is another ranch style type home they used to build back in the 50s and 60s here. Obviously upgraded, but you can see the large yard and the large pool, okay, even with a diving board. So there are some perks, even though it is a little bit more on the expensive side. And last but not least is the Sereno Ranch by Avantstay. Now, Sereno Ranch is still in the McCormick area, and it is within Scottsdale, Arizona, and it is only about 3 to 4 minutes away from Old Town Scottsdale, so we still consider it Old Town Scottsdale. Now, there's a little bit of an adjustment to understand that, yes, we call it Old Town Scottsdale, but it's also referred to as Downtown Scottsdale, okay? So if I say downtown or Old Town, I'm basically meaning the same area. Now, this one's a little bit bigger with 16 guests, 5 bedrooms, 8 beds. So they're expecting you to have 2 people per bed, and then 3.5 bath. That's a little bit better. For 16 guests, though, that's going to be, what, 5 to a bath? That's 5.5 or so. That's pretty tight. But otherwise, this is another one of those open concept, large backyards areas. You can see the top aerial view here. They've got a nice greenery right here. It looks like a possible chipping or putting green, and they've got a fire pit here, which is very normal in Scottsdale, especially in the evenings when it's the cooler part of the year. Wow, they've got a nice little setup with the grill right there and a nice outdoor patio and kitchenette area. That's a really good area for a couple of families that want to come together and spend $400 a night. So you're talking, about $30 per guest per night, which is not too bad. But definitely this is probably one of the biggest houses that we've seen on this list. So click on the link in the description below to go to tryscottsdale.com. We are here to show you all the necessary things you need to understand and know before your visit to Scottsdale, Arizona. Have a great day.